And so let's go ahead and dive in. And the first question, I start here because this is one of the most commonly mistaken concepts that students miss, right? So this question is asking you to find the median number of electoral votes of these 21 states. Now, I just said a couple of things that are really important. Median number of electoral votes for 21 states, right? The 21 is the most important part of this. And what happens is the most common mistake is that students just completely ignore the frequency data. They just don't look at it. And then they look at this column on the left and they're like, well, the median, I can just start doing this, right? I can cross out these numbers, and if I keep going, I'm eventually going to get to here, and then there's an equal number here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at this point, I don't really know what to do with it because it's either 17 or 20, depending on what you're looking at. And if I ever had this situation for real, I'd have to take the average of those two. And that's the first red flag that you've done something wrong, because the answer would not be there. And so we cannot ignore the frequency data. So do not ignore the frequency part of the data, right? The frequency tells us how many of those data points have that specific value. So if we do the first one, it says there are 4 states with 10 electoral votes. So I'm supposed to write those out and say there are 4 10s, right? And then I go and there's 4 11s. And there's only 1 12, and 1 13, and 3 15s, and so forth, right? And bear with me while I write all these out. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, and I'm going to show you a shortcut to answer this type of question in just a second. Okay, so 21, 27, 31, 34, 55, right? And then I would start looking for the middle. I've arranged them in order. They were already arranged in order. All I've done is expanded them out to include the frequency. And so I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm just going to cross out 2 at a time because it's going to be a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. And then I get here and I'm 1, 1, and my 15 is the middle of the data. Okay, so the median number of electoral votes for these 21 states is 15. Okay, so I would never do this unless I really, really needed to. So I would never write all of those out. I'm going to take the number of data points and I'm going to divide by 2. So 21 divided by 2 is 10.5, and I always round that up. So this tells me that the 11th data point is the median of this data set. So I would zoom in, I would look here, and I'd say, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? And so my median is here, and the number of electoral votes is 15. So again, that's much, much faster to do than the previous methods that I just showed, right? So the take-home message is don't ignore the frequency data.